Marketing moves at the speed of light. Trends shift, platforms evolve, and attention spans shrink overnight. But through it all, one thing stays constant. Every experience counts. Whether it's building from the ground up with startups or collaborating with billion-dollar brands, each step teaches something new about what truly drives growth, connection, and results.
What is up, guys? So today we're going to talk about affiliate and influencer marketing. So the reason why I feel like I have authority to talk about this is because before I owned my own brands, right, I did the whole sales pitch like, you have to do this and you have to do that. But once I owned my brand, I saw how cutthroat the finances are of everything. And obviously influencer and affiliate marketing are kind of two different things. There's a cost associated with the two approaches. Now, if you ask me which one do you prefer, I'll say regardless, you got to do a mix of both. But what I do like is affiliate marketing. And the reason why is you basically send out products at volume, right? So that's the cost of goods and shipping. Then you have to pay someone to manage the whole program, right? Which could be us. Basically, with affiliate marketing, you can do it at scale because the costs are reasonable. But when you hit up a big influencer, they might reach back out with usually, hey, speak to my manager. So then you hit up a manager that's basically some girl with a fake email job in New York City, and she replies, yeah, that would be $30,000 for a 15-second TikTok. If you would like to do more than one, we can drop it to $25,000. There's two ways you can afford that. One, if you're money laundering, or if you raised VC money, but you're just burning through the cash, right? So to pay $30,000 for a post, you have to be at a crazy level of revenue or have just an unlimited access to funds, which does happen. I mean, you know, some of you have very wealthy parents, so could be like this scene from Succession.
I'm just wondering if I can hit you for like a little 100 mil.
A little 100 mil.
Yeah.
But for the majority of us, that is not our reality. We're not even close to raising a ton of money. We don't have access to that kind of money. If you're a small to medium brand, it's best to have a massive affiliate program of people that genuinely love your product. Like for example, with my brand Motivate, everyone we send the product to, 99.9% of them absolutely love it. They'll try some other products with a discount code. Then, you know, if they're performing, we'll obviously be sending them free products every month, and we'll just keep them engaged. And it's a win-win for everybody, right? Like we're not burning money and going under, and they're getting a free product, a sense of community, and access to other products with a discount, right? So they're not spending full retail value on supplements that they use every day. With influencers, what I like to do as a smaller to medium-sized brand, do smaller fees for smaller influencers. And there's certain platforms that I definitely prefer than other platforms, which I'm not gonna give that info away for free because I'm trying to get some clients, so what's up? But if you know the industry, you know which platforms I'm talking about. It's a no-brainer. There's one platform that just completely blows all the other platforms out of the water. Sponsorships from $200 to $1,000 there for like a 3-month contract each month, let's say. They're either profitable or break even. Very rarely do I lose money on something like that. More often than not, it's a break even, right? So we acquire a couple customers, they get their money, cash flow breaks even, which technically that makes us at a loss. But cash flow for a smaller brand is really important. So as long as the cash flow breaks even or you have a little positive cash flow, you should be happy. That's my approach for my bootstrap brands. We do an affiliate and paid influencer hybrid approach without burning money on huge influencers. Honestly, unless they're like an A-list celebrity, the chances of a big influencer having legit followers and having a legit community is super rare. Once in a blue moon, there'll be like a TikTok live streamer or mom on Instagram that, you know, has her own thing. That's usually a good way to see who's like a real influencer is if they have their own like community program or brand, because then you know they have enough pool to sell, right? For them to run their own thing. Whereas think of like all the good looking women that have like 5 million followers, a ton of Indian men commenting hearts and crazy comments under. Those are usually A, not influential, and probably they have a ton of fake followers. So now more than ever, people pay more attention to that than ever before, because when I used to, you know, when I first started out with my agency, everyone was just like counting impressions and like estimating like, if we pay this person, like this is what we're gonna get. And it's like never like that. Like everything is smoke and mirrors on social media at this point. So you really have to be careful where you put your money. But at the end of the day, Whether you're a small, medium, or big brand, the community is all that matters. The best example of that is Quest Nutrition. So I worked with an influencer in New York that was like a big influencer for Quest Nutrition, and we always ran their events whenever they came to New York City. So they would collaborate with hotels, and we would do events like a workout, then like a meet and greet, and we would invite, you know, like 20 to 30 local affiliate influencers. So everyone had like between 20 and a couple million followers. And they estimated that, you know, each event we ran, they generated over 6 million organic impressions, right? So as you know, on Facebook or wherever, if you spent that on paid media, it would cost you a pretty penny. But an event like that, you know, you invite people, they come, everyone does content. The hotel is happy because the hotel's getting tagged, so you're not even paying for the hotel. So it's a win-win-win. You know, you meet great people, the brand gets exposure, the hotel gets exposure. Something like that can't hurt. And at scale, that's what I would love to do for my brands. It's just right now, I'm focusing on the online piece. But the moment we start getting more into retail, I will absolutely do stuff like that, because having that experience with Quest, which granted, at that point, Quest was a massive company. That was a year before they sold to Atkins for over $1 billion. So that is something that I aspired to become, owning a supplement company. Quest was more like a protein snack company, so it's not a direct competitor, but yeah, they had protein shakes and whatever. One of the events we did was launching the Quest chips, which I love to this day, but it was a great experience. You know, it was a massive corporation at that point. They've raised tens of millions of dollars from these massive groups, which one day I hope to graduate to that level myself. But as of right now, I'm doing great with, you know, my online brands and having clients that are raising money. So I'm learning the retail industry. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, it is way better to just blow up your direct to consumer before you go out raising money for retail. Because these days, all these retail stores, the first thing they do, they look at your social media, right? And I still don't think they look at the right metrics, because I've heard them calls with massive retailers. How many followers do you have? Bro, you know, brand accounts, like, they're not, it's not like an influencer. Like, sure, you have some followers, especially if you're making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, but I've seen companies making that amount with like 50,000 followers, right? And then when you go on like big brand accounts, especially prior to 2020, half of them are bots anyway. So they're still looking at the wrong metrics, right? But these retailers, they're too big to fail. So when they place a brand there and the brand has a little pool, or it's like a great product that's new, they'll sell. Or, you know, the brand is smart and they do a bunch of deals with like end caps and whatever, it ends up doing well, right? Of course, having a real community and influence and followers helps, but I just feel like there's still a big disconnect between stores looking at the right metrics when it comes to direct to consumer. You're much better off looking at sales data and which states and which towns, cities, locations sell more than followers. Like, that's just crazy to me. I'm sure some of the newer stores, or if they have a younger team, that's what they look at. But from my first-hand experience, big retailers, first thing is, how many followers do you have? Wrong. The biggest reason why an affiliate and influencer program is really important for your brand is because it makes everything else cheaper, right? Direct costs and indirect costs. So one, obviously the data you get for your ads, the email and SMS marketing, these are all real customers that can convert and will convert over time, or at least a percentage of them. If you pick your hero SKU to send out to people at volume, and you order more of it, you end up having better unit economics. So that's like an indirect benefit in my opinion. Like, if there's a flavor of a product or a specific formula that you're just sending out and it's doing great with your community, you get to end up saving money on each unit. You have to send it anyway. You might as well manufacture more and save money when you sell it, right? And the priceless thing is brand credibility and awareness, right? It's indirect, you don't feel it right away, but after years and years and years of people posting and talking about your brand, as long as you keep it going and you focus on the right things and they're working, it's priceless. You just built such a history. You know, you got to look at online space as like real estate, right? Like, the reason why real estate is so expensive is because it's a limited resource. Now, the online world, even though it seems like it's infinite, which I guess in theory it could be, but it's not, because there's a history of everything, right? Your SEO, the amount of reviews you have, the amount of content people put out, right? So if you have an army of people that love your company, your brand, what you stand for, your products, that history is being built and it becomes valuable online real estate. Anyway, guys, if you need help with affiliates, influencers, you already know, hit us up. We have a great program. Whether you're big or small, you can never have enough affiliates. We do all the recruiting, we do all the account management, we show you all the reports, we make sure that it's profitable and it grows your brand. So if that's one part of your business that you really, really want to grow, hit us up. We obviously are a full service agency, but we can focus on specific things like the affiliate and influencer program, content, email and SMS marketing, retention marketing, paid media, whatever you need, we got it. We run our own brands. We've had clients with over $1.4 billion in exits. We work with clients that are worth a lot of money. You know, having that experience with little brands and big brands helps because it's a different approach at whatever level you are. You can't have the same systems for $1 billion brand that $1 million brand would, right? It's two completely different stories. Are you a DTC only brand or are you a retail and DTC brand? So there's different approaches to every size business and we help you navigate that, right? We help you understand the financial commitment. We help you understand your cost, your lifetime value, your customer acquisition cost. And once you figure those out, there's a great chance that you can scale the business to your desired level and either hold or exit, whatever you want. We'll be there to support you. So check out the links below. Follow me on Instagram or TikTok, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.